In the heart of London, looming ominously over the River Thames, stands the Tower of London, a place known for its long history of death and suffering. Many tales of horror have been whispered about the tower, but none have come as close to the chilling reality as the one recounted by the tower's caretaker, Samuel. Samuel had been the caretaker of the Tower of London for over a decade, living in the modest quarters inside the historic fortress. Every night he would lock up the gates and explore the dark corridors, checking on the security systems and ensuring that all was in order. But there was one room, one corner of the tower, that he had learned to avoid at all costs: the dreaded Bloody Tower. The Bloody Tower was known for its sinister past. It was the place where two young princes, Edward V and his brother Richard, were believed to have been murdered in 1483. Their deaths had cast a dark shadow over the tower, and their restless spirits were rumored to haunt the very walls that concealed their secrets. One gloomy evening, as Samuel made his rounds, he couldn't help but feel an eerie chill in the air. The wind howled through the narrow windows, and the torches lining the corridor flickered erratically. He knew he had to pass by the Bloody Tower to complete his rounds, but a sense of dread washed over him. As he approached the heavy oak door leading to the Bloody Tower, a whisper, barely audible, brushed against his ear. He stopped in his tracks, heart pounding, and strained to hear it again. The whisper was faint, almost like a distant murmur, but it sent shivers down his spine. Samuel knew that he was not alone. The caretaker pushed open the door, revealing a dimly lit chamber filled with a chilling silence. In the center of the room, an old four-poster bed stood as a reminder of the gruesome events that had transpired within these walls. The room seemed ordinary enough, but the oppressive atmosphere was suffocating. Samuel's footsteps echoed loudly as he entered, his lantern casting eerie shadows on the stone walls. As he approached the bed, the whispering grew louder, more distinct. It was as if the spirits of the young princes were trying to communicate with him. "Who's there?" Samuel called out, his voice trembling. "What do you want?" The room remained silent for a moment, the tension in the air almost unbearable. Then the whispering coalesced into words, a spectral chorus of sorrow and longing. "We seek justice, release, our truth." Samuel's blood ran cold as the voices grew stronger. He knew that the prince's spirits had been trapped in this chamber for centuries, yearning for the world to know the truth about their fate. But what could he, a mere caretaker, do to help them find justice? Over the following weeks, the whispers in the Bloody Tower continued, and Samuel couldn't shake the feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. His sleep was restless, haunted by nightmares of the two young princes. He decided to delve into the tower's history, seeking answers to their tragic end. What he discovered sent chills down his spine. Samuel uncovered a hidden passage that led to a concealed chamber beneath the Bloody Tower. Inside, he found ancient manuscripts and letters that hinted at a conspiracy to seize the throne by ending the young princes' lives. It seemed that their deaths were not accidental, but part of a dark plot. Determined to help the lost souls find justice, Samuel carefully documented his findings and shared them with historians and the media. The truth began to unravel, and the world soon learned of the prince's tragic fate. Their spirits, once restless and tormented, finally found peace as their story was revealed to the world. But Samuel paid a price for his involvement. The spirits of the princes, though now at rest, left an indelible mark on him. He could never forget the chilling whispers or the eerie presence that had once haunted the Bloody Tower. Samuel had unraveled a centuries-old mystery, but the horror of the past would forever haunt him, a grim reminder of the Tower of England's dark history. The Tower of London stood as a silent sentinel, guarding its secrets with an aura of dread and foreboding. Within its ancient walls, the past seemed to whisper in every shadow, and no one knew this better than Amelia, the tower's dedicated caretaker. Amelia had been the caretaker of the Tower of London for as long as she could remember. It was a solitary existence, but she had grown to love the silence and the history that surrounded her. However, there was one part of the tower that she had always been cautioned to avoid: the Traitor's Gate. The Traitor's Gate, hidden beneath the shadow of the tower's walls, was a place of darkness and despair. It was where countless prisoners accused of treason had been brought into the tower, never to be seen again. The agony and sorrow that had soaked into the stones were said to linger, creating an eerie atmosphere that no one dared to disturb. One moonless night, as Amelia made her rounds, the oppressive silence seemed to weigh on her more heavily than usual. The darkness enveloped her, and the cobbled path leading to the Traitor's Gate stretched out like a foreboding tunnel. She knew she had to pass by this ominous gate to complete her rounds, but her heart raced with trepidation. As Amelia approached the gate, she couldn't shake the feeling that someone or something was watching her. The air grew colder, and the sound of the river's gentle lapping against the stone walls became unnerving. She fumbled for her lantern, and its flickering light revealed the gate's foreboding archway. Suddenly, as if from the depths of the river itself, a voice echoed in the cold, damp air. It was a voice that carried centuries of torment and betrayal. "Release me. Free me from this wretched fate." Amelia gasped, her breath forming a frosty cloud in the night air. The voice was faint but filled with anguish and longing. It seemed to come from within the very stones of the Traitor's Gate. "Who are you?" she asked, her voice quivering. The voice grew stronger, filled with despair and yearning. "I was wrongly accused, a victim of treachery. I seek justice, redemption." Amelia's heart raced, and she knew she had stumbled upon something far more significant than she could have ever imagined. The spirit of a long-forgotten prisoner, wrongly accused of treason, was reaching out to her from the shadows. Determined to help, she delved into the tower's archives and discovered a forgotten letter, buried amidst rusty documents. It revealed the name of the prisoner and the circumstances surrounding their wrongful imprisonment. As she shared this newfound information with historians and researchers, the truth began to emerge. The prisoner's name was cleared, and the historical record was corrected. The spirit that had haunted the Traitor's Gate for centuries finally found peace, knowing that justice had been served. But as Amelia stood there, victorious yet shaken, she couldn't escape the eerie presence that had once enveloped her. The Traitor's Gate remained a haunting reminder of the tower's dark history, and Amelia, the silent sentinel, carried the weight of its secrets. She had uncovered the truth, but the spirits of the past would forever cast their shadow over her life as the caretaker of the Tower of England.